Hi, third graders. It's Miss Sophie again, and I am here to show you our math packet activities today. I have chosen two that I'm going to explain to you. The first one, I have examples. The second one is kind of an open-ended question, so some of your answers may not be explained. I will go over that in a moment. So here's the first question. It says, write 5 equations that equal 30. So remember, an equation has to have an equal sign. So your problem has to equal the number 30. You may use addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So I gave you an example, 10 plus 20 equals 30, which is a good example. Now, on my screen, I have some examples for you. So what you could do is, you could have this first problem. It says 5 times 6 equals 30, okay? 5 times 6 equals 30. I figured that out. What you could do is you could draw a picture. Remember, we could do 6 groups with 5 in each. So I'm gonna make 6 circles. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and then you could do 5 in each. So what you could do is, let's see, I'll do 1, 2, 3. Whoop. Sorry, friends, this is hard to use without actually having a smartboard. So bear with me. There we go. Okay, so I have 2 in here so far. I need to have 5 total. So I'm going to do 3, 4, and 5. Okay. And now I'm going to try to do something else, see if it works. There we go. Okay, there's 5. There's 5 more. There's 5 more. There's 5 more. And the last one. So what you could do is you could count it up. So if I go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, you could also count on your fingers. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And that gets you to 30. Here's another one. 25 plus 5 equals 30. Well, if I'm at 25 and I'm counting up, I have the number 25 and I'm counting up. I know some of you do is you go 26, 27, 28, 29, and there would be 30. So there's an equation. You start at 25, you add 5 to it, you get 30. And that's one way to solve. Here's another one, 10 times 3. So we could do 3 groups with 10 in each. I'm gonna make my groups hearts this time because I didn't change it. So I had 3 hearts. You could do 10 dots in each if you want, 10 X's, 10 squares, whatever. What I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna use base 10 and I'm gonna show it by putting a 10 in each circle. So remember, a 10 just looks like a tally mark. So this would be 10, 20, 30. Okay, you could also count by 10s, 10, 20, 30. And that's how you get to 30. I have 130 minus 100. 130 minus 100. And I just realized I skipped one, so I will go back to that in a second. So if I have 130, remember, if we use a hundreds, we make our hundreds chart. We could do this. We could go make our chart. Remember, it has 3 sections. Mine's not going to look perfect, so bear with me. These are my ones. Right here's gonna be my tens. Oh, I don't know what just happened there. Okay, the middle column is my tens, and then this one's my hundreds, okay? So if I'm going to draw my picture, remember with subtraction, we only build the bigger number. So if I have 130, we have 0 ones, I'm gonna leave that blank. I have 3 tens, okay? That looks funky. And I have 100. Okay, and 100 we're going to show as a square. Okay, then I'm going to write the other number underneath. So I have 0 in my ones place for 100, 0 in my tens place, and 1 in my hundreds place. Ooh, that looks crazy, so sorry. Okay. All right, we know that 0 minus 0 is 0. 3 minus 0 is 3. And if I'm taking 1 away from 1, I have 0 left. So my answer is 30. Sorry, that's messy. I'm doing the best I can. All right, last one, I have 35 minus 5. So you could do the same thing we did in the previous problem here, and I'm gonna move it over a little bit so I have room. I'm going to write 35. And what you could do is take 5 away. So 34, 33, 32, 31, and 30. You could also do it on a number line. And when you make your number line, you just do hops backwards and you would get to 30. So there are a lot of different answers for this problem. These are not the only 5 correct answers. So please don't think that because Miss Sophie did it this way, you have to do it this way. You choose what way you do it. This is kind of like when we did number talks. Everybody solves things differently. Everyone's brains think differently. So be patient and try to figure out a way to get 5 equations that equal 30. If you want to challenge yourself, do more than 5. Why not? At the bottom, it said challenge, and it said, can you use more than 2 numbers? Can you use more than 1 operation in the same equation? So the way I did it is kind of higher level math, but basically what I did was I took one of my equations, 35 minus 30. When I do 35 minus 30, I actually get 5. Because if I have 35, I'm taking 5 away. So minus 1 would be 34. Minus 2 would be 33. 32. 31. And 30. Okay, so then if I have, why did I do that? That's wrong. It's just like you're right in the classroom with me, everybody, because this is what I do in class. If I have 35, I'm sorry, guys. If I have 35 and I'm taking 30 away, whew, thinking backwards. Okay, 5 minus 0 equals 5. And 3 minus 3 equals 0. So there's 5 left over. And then what I did was I took 5 and multiplied it by 6, which equals 30. And if you need to figure out how to do that, I did that problem above. Okay, you could either do 5 groups of 6 or 6 groups of 5. So they're basically just saying make it a multi-step equation. And that's what I did. That's a challenge question. So obviously there's going to be a lot of different answers for that too. Now the next problem is hard. I'm going to be honest with you. There are a lot of answers to this question. I am going to tell you right now, you need to absolutely draw a picture. If you do not draw a picture, it makes it very difficult to solve. I will show you my picture. I will show you how many ways I came up with. I am challenging you to come up with more ways. It says Leo the rabbit is climbing up a flight of 10 steps. Leo can only hop up 1 or 2 steps each time he hops. He never hops down, only up. How many different ways can Leo hop up the flight of 10 steps? When I first read this, I was like, oh my goodness, this is tricky. I drew a picture to solve and help myself, and hopefully you're able to see this. It's kind of hard. So what I did was I drew a picture of 10 steps, okay? And every color represents a different way. So the first way I figured was, well, if he walks up the step or hops up the step one step at a time, that's one way. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's one way. Then it said he could hop up 2 at a time. So if I count it by 2, it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I was like, oh, it's only 2 ways. And I was like, wait, I need to go back and reread. It says Leo can only hop up 1 or 2 steps each time he hops. He never hops down. It doesn't say 1 and then it has to be 2. It could be 1 or 2. So then I thought, okay, well, he could hop 2 up, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. That's 3 ways. He could also do 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's 4 ways. He could do 2 hops, 2 hops, 2 hops, 2 hops, 2 hops, 1 hop. That's 5 ways. So I came up with 5 ways on my own. Are there more? Yes. The problem is very open-ended. So I want you to draw a picture of 10 steps, just like this. It wasn't that hard. You kind of make a zigzag with 10 different plateaus. Okay. And then what I did was I used multiple colors to draw my picture. You can do it whatever way you want. Miss Sophie found 5 ways. I'm challenging you to find more than 5. Okay, so you do what you can. If you can only figure out the 5 I did, that's fine. You figured out 2, that's fine. But drawing a picture is the best way to solve this problem, because without my picture, I wouldn't have been able to solve it. So you need to do that. All right, that is our 2 math lessons that Miss Sophie's going to go over. If you have any questions, let us know. Remember, by the end of the week, we are expecting that 2 math activities are turned in, and they're 2 of your choice. So if you didn't choose this one, that's okay. I hope you have a good day, and I will see you later.